So when you're cutting glass, you always have to cut edge to edge. You can't just kind of cut something out of the middle, it's just going to break anyways.
Glass art really lends itself to a community process, and it can tell stories. Most of the projects that we have made as part of the Artists in Residence program, working with students, has been community projects. A community project, I think, has so many benefits of learning together, but also problem solving together, and that collective pride and positive feelings that you have of accomplishment. And I think that is so important. And for those people who may not have been able to take the first step on their own, is to have them at the end and be part of that community. And you can point at every one of those individuals and go, you contributed, you did that. Do you see what you did and how it all came together? I think that's the joy and that's the positive. The very first one I made was actually at Beaver Brae Secondary School, high school, and working with Robin Harper in actually Evergreen Public School. And we were making a mosaic specifically for their primary grades in terms of JK and K.
All the ideas you see in it came from the brainstorming from the kindergarten children. So from the animals to the activities that they partake in within a school year. So we looked at basically the 3 seasons. What we have, the tail end of summer, fall, winter, and spring, to connect to their school year. And then we looked at our ecosystems and habitat in our own backyard. I'm super proud of this piece. For a first-time project working with glass, I think it came out beautifully. I'm excited because my children have now started going to this school, so they get to see it and they talk about it, not necessarily knowing that at first, you know, their mom had a helping hand in it, and they like to speak about the animals or the moon phases in it. And I'm excited that they've got the opportunity to use it as a teaching panel, which was part of our intent, is to keep it a teaching panel with like the habitat and the animals and the moon phases and the activities, and just how all of that together pulls community together, because we all interact with those things.
In this particular region, our trail, our Trans-Canada Trail, the Great Trail now, is the Path of the Paddle. And so the glass mosaic canoe that we did, it really depicts the Path of the Paddle. So it's another bringing kind of that celebration of the Great Trail and the 150th anniversary of Canada's nationhood to the community.
We brainstormed about ideas and decided that we could depict the 2 portions of the trail that Kenora connected, the Megizi Trail, which goes from Dryden to Lake of the Woods, Kenora, and then the Innuan Trail, which goes from Kenora to the White Shell. And those are the 2 parts of the trail that are, very closely involved with the city of Kenora. So that's why we chose to just depict the route of the Path of the Paddle. Betty and Alice and I decided that, we would donate our piece to the city, and the city was very much in favor of that. So the fact that it's on public display, and hopefully will be on public display for many years to come, is very, awe-inspiring to us. Not everything gets to be public art. It has to be pretty special to become a piece of public art, and we're very pleased that, ours was chosen to be. I think that art is a very important aspect of the community, and it just enriches everyone's life.
And then the last one we made at TA, which was last winter, went to Pinecrest Nursing Home, and is in their garden. and the students basically designed it so that it really brought joy.
The students developed the design themselves. So we talked in class about some particular things that they experienced with the residents. So we talked about intergenerational, we talked about faith, we talked about community, love, healing. A lot of different terminology came about and a lot of different discussions came about, and the students decided that they wanted to start with a tree. So the roots in the ground where we start in our lives, and then as we grow and we age, the tree grows, and as time goes on, the leaves fall, just as we fall in life and we age. And so they designed all of the piece themselves, and then Betty, of course, our local artist Betty Wires, supported them in how it could look. I think that this piece brought together two different communities, a school community of Catholic students and a community of residents here at Pinecrest Home. They came together, and the piece represents what the relationship was maybe at the beginning, and then grew into something beautiful and continues to grow at our school and at Pinecrest. I believe that art can connect all different generations, whether you're a young child learning to color for the first time, or you are a gifted artist. It doesn't matter your age. Everybody seems to have an interest in art and an appreciation for art.
Everybody can do art. And art is, I think, it is really can be an extremely powerful community building tool, and this community has it. And we can always do better with it, but we have it, and that is something to be treasured.